Good morning, friends. Welcome to that 1870s homestead. My name's Rachel, and today we're doing a super fun prepping for the holiday project all around the idea of being budget friendly as well as repurposing, slightly re-gifting if you want to consider that. And this is something I've been saving up for the last 2 or 3 years. So we are making candles today, but not just starting from scratch candles. I've been saving and saving candle jars. And some candles you get, and they just stink. Not stink literally, but more figuratively, and where the wick will burn down, there's still a lot of candle left and it won't relight. I can't stand that when that happens. There's so much wax left and it's just so irritating when you spend your money on a candle and that happens. Here's another one. I've already popped the wicks out. A lot of wasted wax. So I started getting extremely frustrated with that process and save them. This has just like little scrapings from other candles in it. And a lot of these are just super cute. They were probably $15 candles when you bought them, containers. And some of them, this brand, actually says on the lid when you open it, please repurpose. So this one has cute little wiener dogs. If you guys know us, we have wiener dogs. And these two are specifically like more Christmas themed, where others are just generic. So this isn't just a Christmas idea. You can do this all year long. Birthdays. Now you're going to find all kinds of ideas out there where they take these nice candle containers, just clean them up, drill a little hole in, put a handle in, and you can use it for toiletry items, on your vanity, all kinds of fun things. And I have done that in the past. I've got a big one underneath my kitchen sink right now filled with balm that I use during the winter, or on my grandson who has eczema. So lots of ways to repurpose these, but we love candles. And I also have another, knowing I was going to be doing this project for the last couple years, I said, well, I don't want to have to buy in wax and stuff to make candles when I can find them readily, super cheap, much cheaper than buying my own wax pellets for the purposes of making candles. So what I've been doing is just buying candles when I find them at garage sales or thrift stores. Like this is just a silly one, never used, heart shaped. This is one that is half melted because it was probably in somebody's attic, and it just has like gold snowflakes on it, never used. Here's another one, never used. So I have 1, 2, 3 candles, 4 candles that have never been used that I got for probably 25, 50 cents. And then I have ones that I've used and I just don't really have a purpose or a stand really for this large size candle in my house anymore. So we're going to melt that one down. And then a couple from, I think these came from my daughter's wedding. So that's the idea. Now I will be refragrancing these. So we have a step process to do together. First off, I need to wax, melt down any wax that's still in the containers. Then we need to clean the inside of the containers if we need to. We'll assess that when we get there. Then we need to melt our waxes, add new wicks. So that is one thing that I did buy was new wicks. And we're going to be making candles. Oh, I forgot to show this whole box. Party light. Did you guys remember party light? These were 25 cents at a garage sale. They're almost all unused. There's only one missing. And it smells divine. All right, so let's head over to the stove and get started on this fun project. Okay, so if you noticed when I was showing you guys the candles I had to work with, some of them are bluish, and then the majority are cream or white. And so what my plan is I'm going to not mix the two. I'm going to keep them separate. So I'm going to go in, and I don't know how much containers I'm going to be able to fill with the wax that I have. But right now we're going to at least start melting down this wax. So I'm just going to turn this on a medium heat. I put my candle containers in a pot with just a couple inches of water in it, and we're going to let that melt. What I have also from a thrift store is this. I don't know what it was ever made for or used for, but in my mind, it's perfect container to devote to wax melting, whether I'm rendering our beeswax or anything. So we're gonna, as these melt, pour that in here, and we're gonna start with our cream ones. I think I'm gonna wait to clean up any of the jars themselves until after the candles are made, just because I don't want this video to go too long. You know, there's like little sticky residue on it, but I don't plan on doing any fun decorating purposes of the candle containers. You know, you can paint them, you could do all kinds of fun things on them. I just don't have the time for that. The purposes for this is just to make new candles for our household, and maybe we'll give some to the kids. So that's it. So we're going to let this melt. I have no idea how long it's going to take. I'll time it. Right now it's 10:40 in the morning, so I'll let you know how long that takes, just so you guys can plan out your project day accordingly if you're going to do this. I decided while I have the pot going to go ahead and add my other candles that I had. I don't know why I didn't think about that to begin with, since I have these containers in here. So all I'm going to be doing is watching for the wicks to loosen so I can pull the wicks out. And then this big candle, I'm going to have to get another pot to do this one, because I don't even think it would fit in this to melt. So I don't know how I'm going to melt this exactly. I may have to cut it. But I wanted to show you guys one other idea. Say you want to do this and you have like a bunch of these taper style candles, but you don't have any of the containers. Let me go grab something and show you. Now one, oops, sorry, I'm bouncing around. Now one, if you had, say, old mugs laying around, any type of glass or ceramic vessel for that matter would work well. But I wanted to, in the spirit of having gifts prepared, this is a cute little cup with pine trees, and it says love, peace, and joy on it. I just picked these up at the dollar store. So those were for the intention of making candles. Again, I don't know that I remembered that I had such nice containers already. So we might do one in this just to give you an idea. And then for those watching that have done this before, could you leave tips in the comments, please? Like, what works well for you? Like, specifically, I'm wondering if, you know, the wicks I bought are just, it's called Beesworks is the brand. They are a beeswax coated normal kind of candlestick. So they're not like wood wicks or anything like that. And here's what I don't know, like what makes the best burning wax? What makes the best burning candle wicks, so that I don't end up, like I have some candles that burn great. I don't know where the wax goes. It goes into thin air, and it's just an basically empty vessel at the end, which I love. That is always what I hope I'm getting when I'm buying a candle. So if you know any of those tips, leave them in the comments below. I'm sure we'll all benefit from it, and I appreciate you in advance. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn this down because I don't wanna boil. I just wanna simmer this water on low and let these candles melt gently. And I'm gonna save 3 of these. I think the 3 little flower petals. If you guys caught my thrift haul video, I had those angels, and I'm wondering if they're gonna fit in the angels. So this is melting fast. Okay, I have enough wax melted right now that I can take one of these wicks. I'm just dipping the base in the hot wax and I'm gonna set it on the bottom of the jar. And we're gonna do that. I think I'm gonna go with 2 in each candle. Okay, so I'm down to just this red candle. I was doing a little bit off camera just because it was hot and sensitive, and I fished these wicks out just using a butter knife. And I found a tip. I feel like I've read this before and maybe even put it into practice, but it would have been a long time ago. After I poured out the wax from these 2 vessels, look how pretty darn clean. You just take a hot paper towel and you wipe all in, and it gets all the black sooty, I mean those shadows you see are my fingers. There are no black soots. It gets it nice and clean. And so I'm about to do that with the next one. And I still haven't done that huge white candle. I don't know that I'm going to do that. It's a little tricky to do because you want to have something, a pot holder to hold this with because that bottom of it's hot. And I had turned my skillet down to low and it was too low. So I turned it back up to medium low. And that wax just, that one wasn't that dirty. I mean, it got some black. I don't know if you guys can see that on the paper towel. But a nice clean jar now, ready to reuse. And let's check our pot of wax. Nice, probably half full of wax. And I still have 1 candle left. So it still doesn't fit. I'm just keeping it here by the pot. This one that had the gold snowflakes on it, I have no idea what that candle's made of because it is not melting very quickly. Like whatever the wax is seems to take a lot of heat to melt, which I think might be a good thing. So we'll see. And then I have this one left. So I think this process, oh, I told you I was going to tell you the time. It was like 10:40, I think, when we started earlier. It's now 12:17. So it is a lengthy process. You know, if you're going to do it at home, make sure that you have time that you can either go do other things while this is melting and have things ready and come back. And I don't think it would hurt anything to keep your wax just in a liquid state on a low temperature. But I think what I'm going to do is just do one of these with you guys and then one of my candle refills. So I can at least show you guys how I'm scenting it and getting a candle ready. And then I'm just going to keep doing my process with my blues and other things off camera. Otherwise, this video will take a long time, and I really want to get this out to you guys as soon as possible in case you have a whole bunch of candles laying around and you wanted to be able to do something with them. So I will see you guys back whenever this is ready, and then we can get on to the next step. Woo, guys, I'm telling you what, this is quite the process. Let me see if you guys can see this. Okay. So it's not even done. I just got done pulling this last wick out. I just poured this off and there's this chunk left. So to kind of help speed this up, because we're at like 1:45 p.m., I'm going to go ahead and put my big pot of wax back in there. Pour this off. Hot. Let me get this one cleaned out a little bit. I don't think I'm going to use this vessel today, so it's okay that it's going to be a little dirty. hot, hot, hot. And slippery. So they're slippery and they're hot when they come out. May be able to just pop this in the microwave and get it the last little bit cleaned. Let me see what I can do. But I didn't want to take this too long because some of that wax has started to solidify again back in the kettle, even though I had it right next to the eye. I guess there's lots of lessons learned for me in this process. Like, I just didn't do my dishes yet, so my other pot, I only have 2 pots, and the other pot is in the dishwasher. It's not that solid, like I can run the knife through it really firmly. So here's what I'm learning. If you don't have the water, like my wax is about up to here, and my water is quite a bit further down, that wax will firm up against the side. So I need to get my water level up in my pot. So I've had to add water back a couple times through this process as it just evaporates off. And I went ahead and got the rest of my, I had it anyway, candle wicks ready, so that when it comes time to pour this wax in, we're ready to go. So it's been fun. It smells lovely in the house. You know, it smells like you're burning a candle or you got a candle warmer going. And yeah, that one's not clean because I just didn't have the water up high enough. So let me get the water up a little higher on this. And then, for like I mentioned, for the most part, these are already scented some kind of spiciness, vanilla, a cinnamon, something. So because I want them Christmassy, Thanksgiving-y scents, I went down and grabbed cinnamon essential oil and fir needle essential oil. Now there is a decent amount of fragrance left. I think I'll probably go in with about 20 drops of the fir needle and maybe 30 drops of the cinnamon and see how that goes. So I'm going to wait till it melts a little bit more though before I do that. I just filled up my water and to heat in my kettle, and then I'm going to bring you guys down here so you can see what I'm talking about with how the wax inside this little pot is firming up around the sides. Do you see that? So, I don't know. My first time doing it. Anyway, the whole idea behind today's video is to inspire you guys to not throw away. Maybe you've got a drawer stashed somewhere with half-burnt candles. Take an afternoon, put them on your stove, and render down some brand new candles that either you can gift or you can use in your own home. If you're anything like me, I bet you do. So we're going to get this wax all melted back, and then we're really, really close to finishing up. Okay, I wish I could get you guys closer, but this is as close as I can get you with this current camera. So it's pretty well liquid. I think I need to work fast, so I'm opening my essential oils. We'll add those in, give it a stir, pour. That's the plan. And final time is 2:30, so almost 4 hours. Give everything a stir. And I've seen where people will hold their wicks with a pencil or something. I'm hoping that they'll just naturally stay. So, oh, they're tipping. Don't fall. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do something about that. And I went ahead and got one more little jar ready so I can just pour this off in case I had extra. Oh, nice. I'm trying to be careful because there is just a little bit of gunk at the bottom. I'm trying not to let pour in. Can you guys see? Nice. Smells lovely. So the wick bottoms stayed firm, but like the wicks themselves are floating around. Okay, learn from me. Learn from me. Don't do what I did. Instead, have this part ready before you get too far. Okay, I'm just gonna do it like that. So what I'm using is my chopsticks. And I'm just laying them on there, taping them down. Ta-da! Look how fast this one's setting up already. Wow, nice. Okay. So, that was simple, other than it took time, like a lot of time. So tomorrow's another day. I can do the blues, or another day and do that big white one that I've got behind me. But now I have like 4 brand new candles for nothing, when that cost, like in total, yeah, I spent maybe, you know, $8 for this small one, and then like $15 for the 2 big ones, but then like 25 cents, 50 cents here or there for Goodwill garage sale candles. And I have basically, like, let's just average up $10, 10, 20, 30, 40, $40 worth of candles back in my pocket. So girl math, it's basically free, right? So look how fast it's setting up. So what I did was I taped the wick to the candle, and then we'll just trim it when we're done. And those are already setting up nicely in the little dollar store glasses. How cute is that? And this one setting up good, and I can easily have enough wax to fill my red one, have enough wax to fill my green one, and maybe another one like Christmas size. I will show you guys at the end of the video what they look like when they're all said and done and I have the wax little wicks trimmed. But I'm really happy that was just, it was fun. It was fun to do. I learned something new, and my craft drawer downstairs is almost cleaned out with all the candles I've been saving. And hopefully it just inspires you guys to waste a little bit less and repurpose and reuse and make some really great Christmas gifts, or even make yourself your own candle. Thanks guys for coming with me, and I just love spending this time with you where I get to get creative in the kitchen, and I'll talk to you guys later.